I don't know if you know this, but I was in a really abusive relationship in my 20s.
It's wonderful that people can eventually get to a place where they can talk about their experiences and share with that. We can help each other.
Yeah.
Our stories can help save someone else's lives. Welcome back to another episode of After We Wrap. Hey. It's Jaina
And Gaby. And guess what? It's my birthday week.
You know, how did you get the crown to match the outfit?
Well, I did it on purpose. I was
That's
like,
actually my birthstone color. The topaz.
Really?
Yeah, topaz yellow. Ooh.
moves too.
You did the Oprah.
So backstory. I planned the outfit for the crown because I was like, oh my God, it's September. It's my birthday. We need to like say happy birthday on the episode, right? And then I was like, which one is anyways. So Shane was like, do you have something? And I go, oh, I have my Miss Central Florida crown that I won in 2000. Can't remember what year, but I have it in my memory box, and it's not in good. I mean, it's in good shape, but it's black. Like, you know how like the jewelry gets bad after, so it's cheap, but
it's still super cute. Wait, you were in a
I did 7 pageants. And I won 1 pageant.
How am I just finding out that you were in 7 pageants?
I think I told you that like a few years ago. It's okay.
That's crazy.
It's insane. I spent a shit ton of money, and shame on me. Yeah, and also
I thought she said Shane on me.
Shame on me.
Well, Shane on me.
Shame on me for spending so much money on pageants, and also you guys missed out.
Oh my God, who is this person? I love it.
Anyways, man, I still have some resentment. What's happening?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
It's fiery. It's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm now crunching and munching on these.
She's got tear in her eyes.
I do. Am I tearing? They're spicy. They're the TG. No, I can't. Thank you. They're the TJ Trader Joe's version of the. Well, should we even say Takis? Whatever. Taki rumba. Hey. Anyway, they're these chili lime tortilla things that are really addicting, and I can't stop.
They're really good.
But we have some conversation starters from our AfterParty Patreon members.
Thank you so much for the question.
Thank you so much,
guys.
VIPs and backstage members. Hey. You are getting the conversation started this episode.
And Louis wants
this is not
a bite.
for you, okay?
First question.
Not the first one on the thing, but
I don't have it actually.
You don't?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
Here
okay.
it goes.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Speaking of food, speaking of Takis, what's one food you would rather go out to eat than cook? You said it.
Sushi.
Whoa.
Come on.
That's a good answer.
Come on.
Very technical. Yeah.
It's never breakfast. Every time I go out to eat breakfast, I go, I could make this at home. How is this any special?
The experience, going out to brunch with your girlfriend.
Sushi's a good answer because I do not want to.
But sushi's hard. I mean, I think I did a class with my mother-in-law in a cruise, and it's hard-ish, you know. It's a little bit complicated because you have to have all of this. You have to have the specific rice, and so there's a lot of elements that it's like, okay, if I don't do this right, it's not gonna taste right. But we can still do it. But that would be the one. Then what about you?
I would say Thai food.
Yeah. It's a good one. Yeah.
I love me some coconut curry.
Oh, you know what? I actually make a good coconut. It's something. I'll make it for you one day.
You don't know what
so I don't know if it would qualify as a coconut curry, but I did it in this like
a soup
candida diet that I did years ago.
Oh,
where the recipe.
You had candida?
We all have candida.
We do.
We all have it.
Did you do the spit test, the water test?
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
Did you have the strings?
Yeah.
That's how. I know, it's so gross.
But anyways, the recipe is like peppers and then chicken and then coconut milk and then the sauce or whatever, the paste, and then that's it's really simple.
You know what I love?
What?
The dessert, the coconut rice with the mango.
I don't think I've ever had that.
What? You never had sweet coconut rice with mango in a Thai restaurant? What? I forgot what it's called. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's the sweet coconut rice with the mango dessert.
Yeah, it's called like sticky mango.
Sticky mango rice. What?
It's really good.
I cannot. Okay, we gotta go out. We gotta go out. You know what? Let's go out to a Thai spot for some din din. I'm excited about that. Let's keep it in the food category. We have another question. Okay. What's one condiment you can't live without? That's really hard.
I'm gonna have to say adobo.
That's not a spice.
Oh, never mind. Take it back.
I was thinking of spices too.
What's a condiment?
Are you considering?
Condiment. You're right. Condiment like ketchup or mayonnaise or like a chili sauce or a hot sauce.
Mayo ketchup.
They eventually came out with mayo ketchup.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Why would you buy it for someone?
No, but eventually, like they. I think it was the smartest thing that
they did.
Whoever was it, Heinz? I don't know what company it was, Heinz or whoever. Mm-hmm. The smartest thing.
Yeah.
But is it also like part of the Thousand Island dressing combo?
Oh, good.
I don't know, but you put that on some tostones, and that is anyway. Now they sell it in a jar or in a tube, and it's amazing.
When we were in Italy, her
when
step
we were
cousin.
In Italy,
Get it? You were in Italy.
I know. Her step cousin, she spoke a little English, so asked, "Is there some American food that you've never had that you want to have?" And she said, "Chick-fil-A sauce."
And that's so random.
You know what? That is a really good answer. Also, the smear from In-N-Out.
Oh, yeah. What is that?
You know,
that's
the
Thousand
sauce
Island,
that they
I think.
put in the burgers.
That is
really good.
I think it's literally Thousand
Or
Island.
maybe their own version of Thousand Island.
Possibly.
But it's called smear. And it's that extra sauce.
Yeah. Yummy.
He's being
Yummy.
So cute.
Yeah.
I would say
I know which one my mom would say.
my go-to, I was going to say salt or cinnamon, but that's not a condiment.
Yeah.
But I would say maple syrup. Is that a condiment?
Yeah.
Maple syrup?
Yeah.
I would say maple
For your
syrup.
pancakes?
For anything.
Really?
Yeah.
What else?
For baking, also meat, when I ground beef or ground turkey, I put a tablespoon of maple syrup.
So smart.
Also, I talked about the whole cottage cheese maple syrup.
I know.
Bull crap. I mean, it's amazing. I ate so much of it that now I'm sick of it. That's what I do. I get into something
and then you just
I tire myself out of it. I don't know why.
I used to do that. I don't know how I stopped.
I ate so much Rice Krispies growing up that I can't look at a Rice Krispie.
Nutella. What did I eat a lot that I don't know. There's so many like Italian snacks that even if I say Kinder Bueno, Kinder Bueno.
Kinder Bueno, what's that?
It's a little chocolate.
Kinder Bueno.
Chocolate. It has nochola, hazelnut.
What? What is
It's
it?
a moment of me like hazelnut is nochola in Italian, and so I say nochola. Nochola, that's funny. Nochola.
No, chola.
It's like, hold on a second, it's hazelnut.
I didn't know that hazelnut was called nochola in Spanish.
Yeah.
That is okay.
Wait, no, in Italian.
Oh, in Italian.
In Spanish,
it's
no sé.
How do you say hazelnut in Spanish? Don't know. We'll find out.
Okay.
What is your dream role? Thank you, AfterParty members,
Avellana.
Patreon members for
Avellana.
Avellana is how you say.
I don't think I've ever said that word in Spanish
Avellana.
before.
Wow.
I've always said
Interesting.
nochola. That's so funny. Anyways,
I've been
dream
watching. Have you seen The Old Man on Hulu? Jeff Bridges.
Yes, I know which one you're talking about.
Beast, you have to watch it.
Old Man.
Honestly, we are up to the 4th episode. The second episode had us. Jay and I had to like rewind. It had us so messed up in the head.
Really?
Yeah, it's done really, really well. I mean, Jeff Bridges is
Phenomenal.
incredible. Great story. It's just well done. Also, I've seen. I just started watching English Teacher, which is an FX.
Oh, my friend is the lead.
Yeah, your friend.
Mm-hmm. I auditioned for SNL with him.
He's really
He's
funny.
so good.
Yeah.
He's
His
so
TikToks
good.
are hilarious.
He's really funny, and how refreshing is it to see a lead character who's gay in a comedy? Not since was it 2.5? No, Frasier.
Frasier?
Not Frasier. Was it
I can't remember.
Will and Grace? Will and Grace. And so I haven't seen that since Will and Grace, and it was, but it's a comedy that's not. It's not multicam, obviously, and it has a different comedy than like The Office. And they do a lot of overlapping, which I love. It's very messy.
You mean conversation, like speaking?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I really, really enjoy it. It's funny. It's just really well written and well acted. English teacher. It's really good. He's incredible in it.
He has a really
What's
funny
his name?
TikTok.
Brian Jordan Alvarez.
Is that him?
That's him. And
That's his name because I saw directed. He
Created it too. Yeah, it's his thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Good for
he's a
him.
genius.
We
I
need to
love
have
him.
him.
Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna look up Brian Jordan Alvarez and see what else he produced. I didn't even know that was him because I didn't look it up yet.
There might be a chance we could get him on here.
Oh my gosh! I love that show.
Watch him on TikTok too. 'cause
Really?
His videos are hilarious.
He's he's great. So like when I saw something like that, I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind having like that would be a dream role to have
Yeah, that type of.
because you get to do comedy, but it's
Yeah.
also grounded in some moments, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
You know what? After my time in Italy, I would love to play a Spanish princess in some,
You know what? You are
in
one
some-
step ahead of it because
you know,
you
in
got a crown.
in some like period piece. And I'm scared of period stuff, but
Yeah, me too.
Period
That's
stuff,
weird.
Disgusting.
yeah.
but it's all of a sudden I was like, I could do it. I can do it. I can do it. And then, dream. You know what? Esmeralda's always been my dream role, but that's a stretch because I'm not romantic, So
What do you mean? You can do Esmeralda?
I could, yeah. I could.
Yeah.
I can and I will someday. Some stage is gonna find me. But that was deep, girl.
Ah!
I don't
love
know. I have so
that.
many. Like I can't even pick one. But I think right now in this moment, Spanish princess. I don't know why.
You are just exuding all the princess energy.
Come on, universe, do your
yes,
thing.
yes. Look at her wearing. You wear your crown. Remember we
am I
remember we
now?
learned about tiara syndrome.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it. You are wearing
But
it,
I'm a down to
and you are
earth.
not. Yeah, you are not waiting to be acknowledged. You are going and getting it. Good for you.
I'm dancing.
Hey. What advice would we give someone going through a rough time mentally? I would
my
say
gosh.
that recently I've been having a rough time mentally, and I've noticed that something is, I wouldn't say off, but just when when you don't feel balanced, or
Yeah.
when you're in an icky, I guess, mental space, also emotionally.
Yeah.
And there's no drive or motivation. I've experienced lately, find something to focus on. Just, it could be something like a puzzle. Just have something in front of you, like a task or a goal. Oh God. This was me like a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And so, I mean, for me, it's the focus part. It's just finding something that will, I wouldn't say distract you, but yeah, to take your to cover up more space that gets in the way of what you're feeling, because it could derail you. Like not derail. It could just set you
I
back.
think it is a distraction, but distractions don't have to be a negative thing. Like it's a good distraction.
Right. Yeah. But I think I see it as a negative thing because I'm not addressing it. But yeah, it you're right. It does take your mind off of it, and but it focuses, it allows you to focus on something that's better and bigger and greater, and like, I don't know. Obviously you'd want to address it, but isn't that a way of addressing it? Like you're tackling it without, I don't know.
Well, they
Anyway.
say like So, for instance, they say if you have like reactionary behavior of like getting irritated about something, like if you stop yourself, like in the moment of you feeling something happen, I'm using irritated as an example. You will eventually change your programming. So maybe there's something to be said of trying to find a distraction when you're feeling depressed or you're feeling something to change that program. Because I deal with depression a lot, but I think it's triggered by certain things. And I'm trying to like stop the triggers when they happen or like avoid the triggers. So maybe that muscle memory changes. I don't know. I think there might be something to said of like choosing distractions.
Yeah. Well, to piggyback on that, oh, sorry, Kyle, go.
Also, don't think of the word distraction as inherently a negative thing, which we tend to do. We tend to associate the word distraction as a thing that we are focusing on in lieu of the thing we are, quote, supposed to be doing.
Gotcha.
And I personally don't believe in that. I think if there's something that we change our focus to something else, we feel happier. That is what we were meant to focus on. That is that is just being true to ourselves. And that's not like a bad, call it a distraction, whatever you want to call it, but that's just being genuine to yourself and honoring your alchemy, honoring your feelings and what you want, you are in control of your thoughts and you are in control of your attention.
For sure. I mean, there's so much that we can, from this one question that, if we can go deep into it, I notice that to me, sometimes what has helped when I go through a rough time is trying to recognize what got me there mentally. Okay. So like, why am I feeling this way? What triggered it to feel me this way? How can we fix that? So then the next time, if something like that were to trigger me again, the effect is not as deep. I can just like take a deep breath and keep going into my path. That's a practice. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I've been switching it up recently with my morning routine, and lately I've been using Magic Mind.
Yes,
and it has been a game changer because speaking of focus, I am now able to focus on the things that sort of get me out of that cloudy, icky, sort of rough space mentally that I it's hard to get pulled out of it, and I feel that that Magic Mind pulls me out of it. Find the things that pull you out.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Ever since I started taking Magic Mind, it's just I've noticed how my brain just functions a lot more clear, and my thoughts are more, there's I have a goal to reach, and it helps me get there with mental clarity.
Yep.
And I feel so productive.
Yeah.
Less anxious.
I mean, just after a few days, you feel the difference. I feel more productive, less anxious, more balanced, all of that good stuff.
And I love that we have become ambassadors. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I haven't taken mine.
You haven't taken one? Okay, here. I already took mine this morning. So
okay,
hence the energy.
But yeah, the best part is it's helped us during our crazy schedules because it's incredibly difficult to get together, shoot podcasts, work, kind of just
and also be friends and have a social life.
Yeah, it is.
And enjoy life.
Cheers.
So, cheers. I don't know if I should drink two of them. It'll put me in a hole. All right, let's do it. If you're looking to make a purchase, we have a code for you. Is Jaina20 to get 20% off.
Yep. You get 20% off on one-time purchases and subscriptions. So, dale. If you're looking to boost your productivity and feel better throughout the day, give Magic Mind a try.
And it tastes really good.
I love it. I do
it
love
tastes really good.
Yeah, check it out. Let us know what you think. The VIP members are coming in hot. VIP and backstage members.
Yeah.
After we
AfterParty.
Why do I want to say after we? But
after we party.
After party, after we rap, after we do all the things, after we become princesses. What event? I'm going to switch it up a little bit here. What event was a turning point in your life? That's hard, right? That's a
What do you what's a turning point for you? What would you describe?
I think when like a major, something major, like a major event
that you
happens in
change your life drastically to a better life.
No, not necessarily from good to bad or
Okay.
from good to better.
Uh-huh.
Turning point. I don't know. I feel like we have a lot of turning points.
Yeah.
Definitely getting married young was a turning point for me.
Yeah. Good one or a bad one?
I mean, it felt like a turning point because I had just turned 24 and I felt like I was on my way to being an adult.
You were 24 when you got married?
I don't recommend getting married in your 20s. But look, some people get married in their 20s and they're still in happy relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to them.
Yeah.
I for one feel like you change from your 20s to your 30s.
Oh
you
my
evolve,
God, yeah.
You become different.
You're a whole different person.
People. Yeah, and if that person's willing to go on that ride with you, amazing. But also, there are different phases too in your 30s to your 40s and then your 50s. Yeah, I think the turning point for me is like major life experiences, marriage, divorce, death, career changes, career opportunities, things like that. You know what? I will say this little flea bag right here. No, this. Let's not say that. I don't want him to be the flea bag.
He's dead asleep.
Definitely getting a dog was a turning point.
Yeah.
And I tried to say that whole thing about Jay hated this. He hated this. I said, I saved him, but really he saved me. That whole thing. He was like, oh, don't be that person. I go, but it's true. It's true. You don't realize this. I think especially for people who don't have children and find their own kind of child in a pet. Like, I don't know. It's very fulfilling in that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know. He's giving me purpose. So I would say that's a turning
that's
point
kind
in
of how
my
I
life.
feel about Brucey too.
But
when I think of turning point, I can't avoid thinking of which kind of goes with another question, but we'll go into that later. Mid-20s, like, I don't know if you know this, but I was in a really abusive relationship in my 20s, and it really destroyed my emotional everything. It like the Gaby that you see today was not there early 20s. And
are you open to talking about it?
Yeah, I'm open to talking about it. For sure.
Was it a verbally abusive?
It was a verbal and sometimes physical abuse.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
And so the turning point was recognizing that I'm like being in that space is not the answer. Like that's not the life that I can go away. It was hard because I depended.
Are you saying you felt stuck?
Oh yeah, I was stuck. Like I was in a cage. I couldn't get out because if I left, I would be in the streets. And I ended up sleeping in my car at some point because it was like, I have to get out some way.
Yeah.
And
oh my gosh.
So, the packing my bags, looking for outside help. How can we do this strategically where I'm safe? And so having to think of all of those things at that such young age, and I still have so much to accomplish. Like I just graduated. I have like no money in my bank account, like all those struggles that you go through your 20s on top of dealing with someone abusive. So it was a finding myself and finding the courage to get me out of that position because I didn't belong in that position. The moment I realized, oh, I don't belong here. This isn't life. That was a turning point for me.
Wow.
I can't specify exactly what day, but it was around that time where I was waking up and I'm like, this isn't how was so, because like that's why they become domestic abusive relationships because you are, how do you say it? Blinded. You're blinded by
because there's
someone.
so much manipulation and like there's no.
And so when the path cleared up, I think that was my turning point to get to where I am today.
Yeah.
Had I not left that situation, God knows where I would be right now.
And it's not the victim's fault. You don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, how could you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's great that you were able to, come out of it.
Yeah. I say it now with like a smile and I make a joke of it, but like my body right now, it's like, no, I don't want to think about that again.
Have you seen It Ends With Us? No, you haven't. You haven't. Would you, are you?
Oh, which we were talking about it earlier. I would see it. Yeah, I would watch it. And there's been shows too, like that I have to like stop. Made. There was one on Netflix. Made, like MAID.
Yeah. That was.
I had to stop it. I finished it, but I had to take it little by little.
Yeah,
and that was a recent show. So yeah, and then that goes into this next question. Yeah, I said it right. Okay. What advice would you give to your 25-year-old self? And to piggyback, the day I turned 25, no joke, I opened my eyes that morning and the first thought I had was, I am going to die, in the sense of like, eventually my life will end. We all die, right? And it was my 25th birthday.
But it was while you were in that relationship?
And that was the moment where I said, that's it. This can't be it.
Yeah.
This cannot be it. I have way too many dreams. I've gone through so many struggles to, yeah.
Did that come from someone or something, or was it just inside of you?
That's a good question. And now that you ask me that, I think it was because when I was younger, I always fantasized of a 25th birthday.
Like a rebirth.
Like a big birthday,
like,
because my birthday is on the 25th also.
Oh yeah. So that was your golden
So
year,
that was
right?
like it's going to be amazing. I'm going to have this party and I'm going to come out of a cake. Like, just fantasizing.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. And I think my conscience was like, bitch, what the fuck are we doing here? So I think that was the waking of the.
Wow, that's so
insane,
fascinating,
girl. And so like, we briefly talked about like domestic abuse and, trigger warning. But it's such a deep, I can't even find the words because it's so much more than just it's domestic abuse. There's so much mental abuse and emotional abuse that goes into it that it's not your
it's
fault.
So complex.
And it's so
like
complex.
It's layered.
You have to peel it like an onion little by little. It's so much. So I definitely want to watch the movie.
I don't know much about it. I don't have a lot of experience.
And thank God,
in my real life or in terms of research. But I thank you for sharing that. And my heart definitely goes out to all DV victims. Also assault. Like that's just such a sensitive subject that it's not spoken a lot about because there's a lot of shame attached to it.
Yeah.
But it's great that it's wonderful that people can eventually get to a place where they can talk about their experiences and share that with others, so that we're not alone, and the message of we can help each other. Our stories can help save someone else's lives.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that.
Of course,
I don't even remember. I remember being 25 and I was just married. I don't know what the advice I would give to myself. Actually, the advice.
Your life is gonna end at some point, so
make the best of it.
Make the best of it.
That is true. I do. So I think when my anxiety is at its high, I either go to bed thinking this or wake up from a nap thinking about mortality. and it's very scary.
Yeah.
And so I like panic because I know that it's an answer to a question we'll never know. We'll never know how or when or why. All that surrounding.
Do you
death.
think?
So I panic a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And I wish that I could
not
I don't
think
know.
about that. Yeah.
But at 25, I wasn't really thinking that. I think at 27 was the year that I woke up feeling like a woman for the first time. I was like, oh gosh, I'm an adult. I'm a woman.
Mine too. Mine's
weird. It's
late
so weird.
20s. Yeah. 27, 28, around that age.
And
I was
now
like,
that I'm in my late 30s, I'm like, I'm getting old.
you know, we're getting old.
I want to stop feeling like that. Though I want to stop.
You know what does it to me? That back in the 1400s,
You in the 1400s.
sometimes they didn't make it to 28.
That's
we
true.
get to live to 100. How
That's
badass
true.
is that? Thank God we're
That's
like
really true.
That's awesome. We have 75 more years to. Wow, my math was way off, but
Yeah.
we have a lot more time to live.
And there goes our next guest.
Oh, she's here.
Well, that was a great way of like sort of getting the conversation started.
Yeah, thank you guys for the questions.
Thank you so much for those questions. After Party members, don't forget to check out Magic Mind. Grab your free sample by signing up at the link in our description. Give it a try. Let us know how it works for you. That was a beautiful, beautiful conversation. We'll see you next episode.
I'm turning 37, you guys.
Happy
I say
birthday
it loud
month,
and
Gabby.
proud.
Yay.
Bye, guys.
Okay, mwah. Bye.